Cornelius Vanderbilt, a man who single-handedly revolutionized transportation in America, setting a precedent for the business world. This titan of industry, this paragon of entrepreneurial spirit, started from the most humble of beginnings. Born in Staten Island, New York in 1794, Vanderbilt was the son of a poor farmer and ferryman. Despite his modest upbringing, Vanderbilt was not destined for a life of obscurity. An innate business acumen, a keen intellect, and a relentless drive for success set him apart from the crowd from an early age. At the tender age of 16, he took the first step towards his destiny, launching a ferry service between Staten Island and Manhattan. It was a modest venture, but it was the seed from which an empire would grow. Vanderbilt's entrepreneurial spirit, combined with his natural aptitude for business, allowed him to turn this small operation into a thriving business. But Vanderbilt didn't stop there. He saw opportunity in the burgeoning shipping industry and seized it. With a sharp eye for profitable ventures, he quickly expanded his operations, investing in steamboats and creating a transportation network that would span the northeastern United States. It was during this time that he earned the nickname the Commodore, a title typically reserved for the highest-ranking officer in a navy. It was a fitting moniker for a man who ruled the seas of commerce with an iron fist. Vanderbilt's success in the shipping industry was unprecedented. He built a business empire on the foundations of innovation, determination, and ruthless competition. His ventures in the maritime industry laid the groundwork for his future successes, setting a standard for business practices that would be emulated by entrepreneurs for generations to come. But the shipping industry was just the beginning. Vanderbilt had his sights set on greater things. He saw potential in emerging markets, and he was not afraid to take risks to achieve his goals. Vanderbilt's early success was just the tip of the iceberg, paving the way for his future ventures. His journey from humble ferryman to one of the most influential businessmen in American history is a testament to his business acumen, his relentless drive, and his unyielding determination. Vanderbilt was not just a businessman, he was a strategist. From the early days of his career, Cornelius Vanderbilt was a man of vision, a visionary who saw opportunities where others saw risk. But what made him stand out were his business tactics, the strategies he employed that solidified his position in the shipping and railroad industries. One of Vanderbilt's key tactics was vertical integration. Rather than relying on multiple companies for different parts of his business, he took control of the entire supply chain. He owned the ships, the docks, the warehouses. Every link in the chain, from production to distribution, was under his control. This allowed him to streamline operations, cut costs, and most importantly, maintain quality control. Then there was his approach to competition. Vanderbilt was not one to shy away from a fight. In fact, he thrived on it. He was aggressive, often slashing prices to undercut competitors, even if it meant absorbing losses in the short term. But this wasn't just about eliminating competition. It was a calculated move to gain market share, to expand his empire. And it worked. Over time, his competitors were either driven out of business or forced to merge, leaving Vanderbilt in control. But he didn't do it all alone. Strategic partnerships played a crucial role in Vanderbilt's business model. He was a savvy negotiator, forming alliances with powerful figures, securing favorable deals, and leveraging these partnerships to further his own interests. These alliances gave him a competitive edge, providing him with resources, influence, and opportunities that he otherwise might not have had. And so, Vanderbilt's empire grew. His ships dominated the seas, his railroads the land. He was a force to be reckoned with, a titan of industry. His tactics, though often criticized for being ruthless, were undeniably effective. But Vanderbilt was more than just his business strategies. He was a man of ambition, of determination, of resilience. He was a man who saw obstacles as opportunities, challenges as stepping stones to greater heights. His tactics, though controversial, were undeniably effective, setting the stage for his future endeavors. However, Vanderbilt was not just a business tycoon, he was also a philanthropist. He believed in the power of education and the importance of giving back to society. One of his most significant philanthropic contributions was his generous donation to Central University. This was not a simple act of charity, but a strategic investment in the future. He saw potential in the institution and believed that with the right resources, it could become a beacon of learning and innovation. His donation, a staggering $1 million, an enormous sum in the late 19th century, transformed the university. The institution, recognizing the impact of his generosity, was renamed in his honor to Vanderbilt University. Today it stands as one of the leading educational institutions in the world, a testament to Vanderbilt's vision and philanthropy. But his philanthropy was not limited to education. He also funded public libraries, hospitals, and churches, demonstrating his commitment to improving the quality of life for all members of society. His philanthropic efforts were driven by a deep-seated belief that those who have been fortunate should help those who are less so. Vanderbilt's philanthropy left an indelible mark on society, shaping not only the physical landscape through institutions like Vanderbilt University, but also the social landscape through his commitment to improving lives and opportunities. His philanthropy, coupled with his business acumen, cemented his place in history. Like any great figure in history, Vanderbilt's legacy is not without controversy. This titan of industry, known for his audacious business tactics, often found himself at odds with other industrialists. His ruthlessness was legendary, not hesitating to bulldoze competition with an iron fist cloaked in a velvet glove. Controversies swirled around Vanderbilt like a tempest. His aggressive approach to business was often criticized. He was known to monopolize markets, squeezing out competitors to assert his dominance. But it wasn't all cutthroat. He was also a master of strategy, using mergers and acquisitions to expand his empire, a tactic still widely used in the business world today. He was accused of being unscrupulous, of prioritizing profit over people, but let's not forget, this was a time of rapid industrial growth, a time when the rules of the game were being written and rewritten. Vanderbilt was simply better at playing it than most. His clashes with other industrialists were epic. Yet these conflicts served to shape the landscape of American business, setting precedents that continue to guide corporate behavior today. The lessons learned from Vanderbilt's era are still taught in business schools around the world, his strategies analyzed, criticized, and often emulated. Regardless of the controversy, Vanderbilt's impact on American business and transportation is undeniable. He was a man ahead of his time, leaving an indelible mark on the business world. His legacy, both controversial and influential, continues to resonate in the corridors of modern commerce. As the sun set on January 4, 1877, so too did it mark the end of an era. Cornelius Vanderbilt, the Commodore of Business, passed away, leaving behind a vast empire that had transformed the face of American industry. His death sent shockwaves through the business world, leaving a void that was felt across the country. Vanderbilt's wealth, estimated to be over $100 million at the time of his death, was largely inherited by his son, William Henry Vanderbilt. This fortune, grown and managed by subsequent generations, would continue to shape American business and philanthropy for years to come. Beyond the wealth, Vanderbilt's descendants carried on his legacy in their own ways. Some became great industrialists in their own right, while others turned to philanthropy, using the Vanderbilt fortune to fund institutions and causes across the nation. Among the most notable of these is Vanderbilt University, established through a donation from Cornelius Vanderbilt himself in his later years. Today, the university stands as a testament to Vanderbilt's belief in the power of education and his desire to give back to the community. In death as in life, Vanderbilt's influence was felt far and wide. His death marked the end of an era, but it was just the beginning of a legacy that continues to shape the business world today. The Commodore may have departed, but his ship continues to sail, guided by the principles and strategies he championed.